Alright, so today I want to dive into how to make a video with Windows Movie Maker. And pretty much what I'm trying to do is I want to break this into a couple part series where I can show you how I got started, which was using a free program which is called Windows Movie Maker, to start learning the basics of video editing. So I want to dive in, kind of show you how to edit just a short, simple video to show that you don't have to have a big, powerful program like Final Cut or Adobe Premiere to edit starting out. Not that those programs aren't great, but starting out, this is a perfect program, and I want to show you how to use it and make something of it. So let's dive on in and see how it turns out. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is just kind of walk through a short, simple edit, just like the video I just showed, and kind of show you how you can put a clip together using Windows Movie Maker. So basically there's two ways you can add a photo or video to your screen, to your timeline, and that's by either clicking the box here, or you can click just the icon here in the middle. So let's click the icon, we'll throw a clip on the timeline, and we'll walk through how to edit. So as you can see, now the clip is showing on the timeline, and there's two ways that you can scroll through the footage to see what you want to save and what you want to delete. You can either click and hold right here on this black line and pull it through, and you can see the footage over on the left and find what you want to use, or you can hold down here and do the same thing. Just kind of click and drag to see where you want it to go. So when you're scrolling through, let's say we want to use this little pen right here. Basically to select this, so if you see from this black line to the left is all this other footage, and you can choose to either keep it or you can choose to delete it and basically set this point, which is the video right here, as our start point. So I'm going to show you kind of both ways. So go up here to Video Tools, click on Edit, and then do you see this split button and this Set Start Point and Set End Point? Basically, if we wanted to just split this and keep this video here as something you may or may not want to use later, you can just split it. And now you have two clips, the one on the left and the one on the right. So if you wanted, let's use this over here. Let's just pretend that at this point here, we want to make this our start point of a clip, right? And we want to delete everything to the left. Just set start point, and you can see how it deleted that entire clip to the left of it. So now you have this point here, and then you have this point here. So let's just say we're going to make this the beginning of our video now. So we're going to show the drone flying over that little patch of grass, and then we're going to stop it. So I'm going to split it, and we will click to highlight this. You can see I'll put the blue box around it. We're going to highlight it, and we're just going to delete that out. So now what you see is you have basically your beginning clip and then the beginning of your next, so your transition here. So we'll let it transition, let it pan up a little bit, and we're going to stop it, say right in there. We'll split the clip again so that now you have two transition points, and we'll start searching through the rest of this footage for another point that we want to save. So I went ahead and I finished adding a few clips to the timeline. And to the next stage, as you can see, there's no sound below these clips. You'd normally have a green box here below the timeline that represents sound. So if you wanted to add a song to, say, our little edit here, you can go up here to the Home tab, click on the Add Music box, and then we'll just search through here and find a song that we can use. So go here, we'll just pick this. So Movie Maker goes ahead and it adds a song to it, and it goes ahead and crops it to fit the amount of video that we have on our timeline. So here's what it's going to sound like. And let's say that because it automatically placed that, let's pretend that we don't want the song to start at that point. Basically what you can do is you can go here to the music tools, click on the options tab, and there's two ways you can set where you want your song to start. You can either type it in here if you know roughly where it is, or you can scroll over here to where you think the song would be, hit play, find that point, and just hit set start point. So now you can see that it went ahead and it moved the song all the way to the start of where you want that file to start at, and at the beginning of our video on the timeline. So we can hit play and see what it sounds like. Alright, so we got our song, we got our clips, and now we'll go over just a couple basic things that you can do as well. So as you look in our transition here, it's basically just going from one clip to another clip. If you wanted to add a different type of transition than just switching from clip to clip, you can go up here to animations, and there's these tabs here so you can see it changes what it looks like. So you can scroll through those and pick what you want, and it will apply that transition between clip to clip. Another thing you can do is, let's say that this was our clip and we notice that it's a little bit underexposed or overexposed. One of the limitations with Movie Maker is you can't edit the grading of the color itself, but you can change the brightness. So you can go here to Visual Effects, you can see the clip where we're at, you can click on Brightness, and you can make it brighter or darker. This is really probably the most limiting feature of Movie Maker, is you don't have the ability to color grade. But for beginning and starting out and just kind of getting you're used to video editing, it's still a great program to learn on. So let's go ahead and hit play and we'll see what we got. You've been waiting in the deep, dancing through your downfall. We've been going strong for years, now I wonder what for. 'Cause we could hold outside. Alright, so one thing to keep in mind as you edit with Movie Maker is your playback here is never going to be in full HD. So keep that in mind as you're editing, that there's nothing wrong with your footage. It's just the playback quality that's built into the program. And when you export it out, it's going to look a lot better. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to export this, and then we'll play it so you can see what it looks like. So click up the File button, go to Save Movie, and you always want to select for high definition display. That's going to be your best settings. So let's just save it here. Let this save out, and then we'll play it. Alright, so now our file is done and it's saved. Let's go ahead and hit play, and you can see that the quality will be a lot better. You've been waiting in the deep, dancing through your downfall. We've been going strong for years, now I wonder what for. So close, so we can chase our heroes. Late night overdose, one more time will you hold me close. Fade like we're no part of me, while late nights feed your darkest dreams. And I've been here before, fought like outside signs of war. Lead me through your harmony. Alright, so there you have it. We put a good little clip together using Windows Movie Maker, and it wasn't that bad. That's the one thing I do like about this program for when you're starting out, is that it's pretty easy to use and you can kind of figure out kind of what you want in your editing style on a much easier platform than something like Adobe Premiere. And we'll get into Adobe Premiere and kind of the benefits and why it is the program that it is. But for starting out, this is a great tool. Play around with it, go out, shoot some video, and see what you can make of it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below and stay tuned, because there should be a lot more to come.